So let's talk for a minute about those good old-fashioned body weight scales. Firstly, I want to remind you that the number on the scale means only one thing, that there is a number on the scale, right? It is one piece of data that all of us put way too much pressure on to be what we want it to be. I've been there too. I think every woman has. And we think that the smaller the number or the lower the number, the happier that we're going to be. And it simply isn't true. When we lose weight, like watching the scales go down, yeah, it's motivating for sure. It does. It helps us stay on track. But what else do you feel when you lose weight? Your clothes fit better. You have more energy. You look healthier. Your skin might be clearing up. You're feeling more confident and happier within yourself. And that's like 5 other things that happen when you prioritize your health and maybe lose some excess body fat that have absolutely nothing to do with the number on the scale. The scale shows us total body weight. So it includes muscle, organs, body fat, fat cells, hair, water, tissue, literally our entire body. And water is a big one. It's the biggest reason why your body weight fluctuates up and down from one day to the next, which is why you probably shouldn't weigh yourself daily because it can wreak havoc up here. So to do with that water, eating a large starchy carbohydrate meal the night before a weigh-in will affect the number on the scale the next day. So when we eat starchy carbs, our body holds on to more water and it takes longer for that water to leave our bodies. So you could, if you're weighing weekly, you'll see the weekly average as opposed to going up and down every single day based on what you ate the day before. The same goes for alcohol, actually. So if the scales only give us one piece of data, which is one piece of the body composition puzzle, and therefore we need to use it as such, it really shouldn't be used as the be-all and end-all of our health journey. It is just one factor. So how can we use the body weight scales effectively on our health journey? Well, firstly, if you're going to weigh yourself, do it once a week, at the same time, in the morning, after the toilet, before eating, drinking, exercising, showering. Yes, all of those things will change the number on the scale if you are attached to that shower. If you have a shower attached to that number on the scale. If you have a shower, for example, your body will absorb some water, your weight won't go up. If you exercise beforehand, your muscles will be holding water and will be inflamed, and you will have likely drunk water during your exercise. So that will do things to increase that number on the scale. So weigh yourself once a week at the same time. Do it in the morning before you've done anything else for the day, and you'll get your most accurate body weight. The second thing is to use the number on the scale as a guide only. If you are within 2 kilos of the week before, you are well on track. Yeah? Don't stress if you ate starchy carbs or drank alcohol the day before. Give yourself some grace. But as long as if you are on a weight loss journey or a fat loss journey, somewhere around the 0.5 to 1 kilo mark is really, really good. Now, the third thing for using the scale effectively is if your weight does not track downwards, if that's your goal, for 2 weeks in a row, then you might want to do a review of what you were doing, what you're eating, how much you're moving, drinking, sleeping, but only after you've considered the foods you ate the day before, where you are in your menstrual cycle, which plays a big part, stress, and sleep for the last 2 weeks. The fourth thing is that the scale really should be used with all other data. If you feel bloated and the scale has gone up, is it menstrual? Have you carb loaded? Is it a food intolerance? Are you having some digestion issues from the food that you're eating? If the scale has gone up, but you feel amazing, you don't feel bloated, you feel great, but the scale's gone up a bit, ignore the scale. You should always take your symptoms over the number on the scale. Now, there's a lot of things you can do to tell if you are on the right track that has not a lot to do with the body weight scales at all. So if you wanted to throw your scales out, go for it. So the things that you can track are, how are your energy levels? Are you finding that your energy levels are increasing? If so, then you're eating well, you're moving well, and you're doing the right things for your body. Keep going, ignore the scales. So how are you feeling? How's your energy? The second thing you can focus on is, how are you sleeping? If you are sleeping okay, if you are getting rest, if you are falling asleep better, if you are staying asleep longer, if you're waking feeling rested, then you're doing some really good things there with whatever you're doing during the day. So ignore the scale. If your clothes are fitting better, ignore the scales. If your skin is clearing up, ignore the scales. If you look smaller in the mirror or in photos, ignore the scales and use photos instead of the mirror. I mean, you will be able to see some changes in the mirror, but if you take a photo now and then take another photo in 3 weeks' time, and you can sort of see a difference, you'll probably see more of a difference then than you would in the mirror, because you're not seeing that daily change. But the biggest thing here is, you don't need the scales. Let your body be the guide for how everything is going. The scales can go up and down for reasons that we have no idea about, or things that had just happened, in the last 12 to 24 hours. We put way too much emphasis on that single number. Let your body be the guide for you as to whether or not what you're doing is actually working for you. Now, I want to finish quickly with a list of non-scale victories that our clients have had on our programs, because I think it might help you. And these mean so much more for lifelong weight management than a quick drop on the scale ever will. So non-scale victories include eating healthier foods, learning to meal prep, learning to fuel the body properly, moving more, increased energy and attention span. The joints and muscles are moving better. They've got reduced sugar cravings. They're trying new recipes. They're feeling fuller. It's nothing worse than being hungry. They're eating more food and they're loving it. And their clothes are fitting better, or their clothes are becoming looser. Their lethargy and their tiredness is significantly reducing. So they've really got a hell of a lot more energy. They're sleeping better. They're feeling happier and more confident. They've built in better routines. And the one I love the most is that the whole family is having these healthier meals. So that list of non-scale victories is going to tell you far more than that one number on the scale. There is so much more to your weight management journey than that number on the scale. And if you aim for at least one or two of those non-scale victories while on a weight loss journey or on a program, or just in general, like maybe you're just going to focus on one or two of those every month. If you focus on achieving one of those every single month, at the end of the year, you'll have achieved 12 of them, and you'll be feeling a hell of a lot better for yourself. And it might have nothing to do with the scales, right? And you're actually going to set yourself up for lifelong health success, not just some quick fix that you might lose that weight, get to that number, and then go back up again, and then you lose it again, and then you go back up again. This is why we need to focus on all the other things so that we can maintain what we are doing and not just worry about that one number on the scale.